Hello world, I'm Chris Pirillo, and you're watching another live Q&A with you and me. I do 5 of these every week. You can watch them live or before they're made public a week later. If you become one of the patrons, it's easy to do. Just head over to chrispirillo.com. For a while now, or at least a week, according to my non-watch, this is just a down, and go with a category that is very near and dear to my heart, coffee. I have spent billions of dollars on coffee machines. That's not really accurate. Millions. No, that's probably not accurate. Thousands. That is likely accurate. Because I want a good cup of coffee. I've wasted money on coffee machines that had promise, and they all suck. Now, I know everyone's kind of into the, press a button and get a cup of coffee kind of contraption, but they're expensive, and they tend not to make amazing cups of coffee, at least not the ones that I've tried. Now, I, reserve the right to change my mind if I try a cup of coffee out of a machine that tastes good. If it tastes amazing, I'd be happy to try it. So, in all my years, I've only done, well, no, maybe I've done more than one coffee video. I've only done one video about this particular gadget, but if you love coffee, this could very well, and I'm not kidding when I say this, change your life. I have made this recommendation above just about every other gadget recommendation out there, and I've yet to meet someone who's been disappointed. Now, I do make gadget recommendations frequently enough. People ask me, what I like to do to make coffee, and so I'm going to answer the question. It's the Aeropress. Now, it looks very affordable, because it is. It's like, what, 20 bucks, 30 bucks, whatever, and it makes the most amazing cup of coffee that you could ever possibly have at home or on the road. It travels very easily. This is just part of the Aeropress, and I'm actually going to make a cup of coffee here. I have some afternoon coffee, which is very rare for me because I usually can only take 1 cup of coffee a day, but it's a good cup of coffee. If I'm going to have coffee, I'm going to have good coffee. It's like when I'm drinking wine, I want a good glass of wine. If I'm drinking beer, I want a good... Can I say glass of beer? Can I say mug of beer? Well, I am definitely going to have a good mug of coffee. And apparently scientific studies say that you enjoy coffee more, the flavor, when you drink it out of a white mug. So I'm choosing my Stormtrooper mug to make the coffee. And I'm going to go ahead and run you through one routine. And there's no one right way of making coffee in the Aeropress, so get it. Try it. I'll put a link for you in the video description. Try it with any coffee. Really, it doesn't really matter. What matters most, and I learned this through trial and error, is that you get that coffee ground specifically for a paper filter. There's super affordable paper filters built specifically for the Aeropress. You could also get a metal filter that fits in there. It's really down to taste. And I appreciate coffee when it's pressed through a paper filter. So make sure when you grind your coffee, whether you do it at home or you have a barista do it, just ask for the paper filter setting when they grind that coffee. That's what I do, and I tell you, it makes all the difference. Don't just buy it pre-ground. It won't work as well. And then if you were looking for the right recipe, it's kind of trial and error. It's down to you. I found an app, and I can't remember if I paid for it, if it's free. It's called the Aeropress Timer. It's unofficial. It's not associated with Aeropress, but there are a lot of fanatics out there, a lot of nerds and geeks who love their coffee. And they've got standard recipes, 2-cup recipes, championship pack, roaster pack, brewing tips, all sorts of stuff. So if you wanted to try the inverted, that's a style that some people use when they're making coffee in the Aeropress, or like the classic. So you choose a traditional method, the volume, it says volume of coffee, coffee grind, water volume, total time, and then the recipe's author, and then it steps you through a timer. So there's an app that's available. I know, it's an unofficial app, Jedi. I did say that. So I'm just going to see what I can do here. I'm going to make 1 cup. Or try to, not a full cup. This is just going to be like a shot. So here we go. So we've got this part here. We place 1 filter in. Some people like to reuse the filters. I don't. I just throw the filters away. They're super, super, super affordable. And let me put it to you this way. I would easily pay twice as much for a really good cup of coffee. That's how much I love coffee. So then we screw on that part to the bottom of this part of the Aeropress, and you can see we have numbers here, and I don't really go by the numbers necessarily when I'm making my coffee in the morning because I've kind of perfected what I like. What I'm going to do for you right now is I'm going to take a scoop of the coffee that I'm using as I get coffee. Oh, crap. All over my SD cards in the drawer. Oops. Maybe I should go in. Oh, the scoop's still in there. And then I get my hands all dirty. I needed a longer scoop.
At least it'll smell good.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, here's the thing. Some people like using a French press, and I used to like the French press. The French press is so messy. It is so messy. And anybody who's had a French press coffee or had to deal with one knows exactly what I'm talking about. The nice thing about the Aeropress isn't even the cup of coffee that it makes. Of course, that's what you want. It's the cleanup. And of course, I will get to that as soon as I've brewed a cup of coffee or made a cup of coffee. Okay, I've put this to right about the level one. Now, what some people might do at this point is they'll invert the chamber because there's a way to do it in such a fashion that you don't have as much seepage of coffee before you pressed. Like I said, no right way of doing it. Everyone chooses their own method, but I'm not going to do the inverted method. I'm going to go ahead and set it on the cup or on the mug, just like that. You see that? Now, I also use an electronic tea kettle, or kettle. Stop, just for tea, it's for coffee too. And you don't boil the water. You don't want the water to boil, but I found a temperature that again suits me, and I found is the most optimal in terms of timing and temperature. So then you pour in the water here. We've got everything we need. Pour it in nice and slowly. Just a little bit. Then we take the stir. You could use anything if you want. This is just a little plastic wand of sorts. So much of coffee is the smell. Oh, what a wonderful scent. All right. And I need a towel of some kind. I should have thought I thought I had everything, but I guess I did not. Grab this paper towel right here, because I do not need to get the rest of my desk dirty with that. Of course, normally I'd be in the kitchen. I wouldn't necessarily be making it here in the office or my workshop where I am. So here we go. We've got the coffee now brewing. The water is mixing in with the grounds, and we would normally wet the plunger. I could do that, but I guess I didn't wet. No, I'm not gonna lick it. We're gonna go. It will help with the whole plunging action. Then when it's ready, and again, timing is gonna matter to you, and you can use the app to find the recipe that you like. You simply press down, and you may be able to hear the water rushing through. Some say that you should stop as soon as you hear it kind of hissing. You can kind of hear it hissing. That's when you should stop because most of the water's gone out or gone through. But again, you just do it to your taste. Try, experiment, I'm just going to go all the way through because I like pushing all the way through. That's the flavor that I found I enjoy. And yes, I'm sure there's an optimal flavor for every kind of bean, but everyone's different, right? So we've plunged all the way through, and whoa! I wish I could show you the thickness of the foam. It's a rich brown, light brown color atop the coffee, and I like that. It's a little froth, little foam, no cream, obviously. And that is strong. Ooh, normally I'd like it with heavy whipping cream, but I didn't bring that up here with me today. So I told you I'd show you the cleanup. Let me just show you how easy it is. This is how you clean it up. Take out a garbage can here. We're going to unscrew the lid now. You can see there's the paper filter on top. Here's the cleanup. You simply keep plunging down. That's it. It's now cleaned up. Well, you just rinse the rest of it under a faucet, and you are pretty much good to go, and your trash or compost will smell like coffee. That is my choice for a coffee contraption. Of all the contraptions that I've ever tried, it's probably one of my favorites. Easy to use, easy to clean up. It makes a wonderful, bless you, cup of coffee. Wicket, my dog, may be allergic to coffee. I don't think dogs can eat coffee either. So you stay away from the grounds that I dropped into my SD card tray. I'm going to wonder about that next time I need a removable media. I'm like, why the hell is there coffee in here? Impossible to have it any other way. There you go. That is my recommendation for everybody today, or a series of recommendations. I'll be sure to put the links for you in the video description, and in case I forget, you may have to remind me. Sometimes I do forget. Got a lot going on. Maybe I just need more coffee. If you have an idea for another coffee device or coffee type device that could compete, I've seen them all. I've tried them all. This is very affordable, makes wonderful coffee, travels very easily, easy to use, has an amazing community around it. and has worked for me the best out of every kind of coffee contraption I've tried to this point. Best coffee gadget ever, for every single reason I can think of. Feel free to let me know. But at this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices.